Welcome back to C2s and K5s. Today I'm going to put a new master cylinder in the truck because the old one is leaking. I had the parts and I was getting ready to work on that, but it's leaking pretty bad. So we got to get that done today. All right. As you can see, this master cylinder has been leaking down here and dripping all over the place. I'm really surprised the paint is still there. It's kind of surprising that that hasn't eaten the paint off. Very strange. But when you look in the master cylinder, you'll see that it's the rear reservoir is completely empty. So obviously it's leaking through this backside. So I'll have to clean all that stuff up after we're done. And then you can see this thing's all wet all over it. And this rubber gasket's the one that was on it, and it doesn't even look like it's the correct one anyway. So it was doing fine, but we're gonna replace this distribution block because it's not even a proportioning valve. We're gonna replace that. We're gonna replace all the lines on the front end because we've done the rear brakes, all the lines from the firewall back to the rear brakes. Those are all brand new. So we're gonna get all this going here. Now that we've got the master cylinder up here, I'm gonna fill this up with brake fluid so we can bleed the brakes. You can get these brake bleeding kits from all over the place, usually pretty cheap. Just make sure when you're screwing these in, make sure they are the right size and they're not loose because you don't want this leaking out. .3 brake fluid, pour a little bit in each cylinder. Make sure that tube is submerged, and I've got this tape on the side because I painted this thing and I really don't want the paint getting destroyed. So that's what this is for. See a couple bubbles coming up from there. So I'm gonna let it sit here for a little bit, let these bubbles come up. Try not to block the opening with the hose. They need to be submerged, like I said. Don't fill this up all the way, because eventually you might get some fluid that's going to come back up. We all know brake fluid destroys your paint, so that's why I put the tape on there. I got a rag here just in case. If you catch it fast enough, usually it'll work. So I got that. I don't have the proper tool for it, but I think we'll be okay. So we're just going to push this plunger in. Wow, you can see how many bubbles came out with that. And you just have to sit here and just pump and get fluid to come through here, get the bubbles to come through here and go out. The front reservoir has already gone down a ton. Put some more in there. Just a little bit. I'm just gonna keep bleeding. So I lost a little bit of brake fluid coming out of here. These plugs are holding pretty good. I've tightened these up because I don't want them to leak because they're dripping out of here, and obviously that's gonna be a problem. So we're going to try and mount it to this thing, because it mounts there, and then these lines crisscross and plug into here. As you can see, this one's big, this one's smaller, that hole's bigger than that one. It's kind of hard to see, but it is. So these are going to crisscross, plug into there. So what I need to do, I think what we need to do is mount that on the truck, because these two holes here go through the holes back here. So that should be what we need to do. Here's our first problem. I've got this mounted, and this one here, well, first off, this curly Q was back here and it was like messing up this linkage, because this needs to come up higher like that. Like there's two positions because of the 3 on the tree. So I kind of had to bend this thing like back towards the front of the truck. So that should be fine. Now, when I get down to here, it is this one here. And this, all the way up here, is the other end that goes to the front passenger's brakes. So I've got like 8 inches I need to like cut off here. A good thing is I got a flaring tool. It's a Harbor Freight piece of junk, but I'm probably gonna have to cut it all the way up to here and then put a new flare and do that. The other smaller one is here, and I have to, I don't know, I'm gonna have to work on that one next. I might have to work on this one first. So I'm gonna take this out, and probably better put it back in. I'm going to cut this down and I'll get back with you. Next, what we have going on is we have all the lines connected. They're all tightened. They're all where they need to be. I do need to tighten these two a little bit more. I forgot about that. This is ready to go. So I'm gonna bring over the master cylinder and I'm gonna mount it, and then I'm gonna get it connected. Looks like right here and right here. And then I think this connector over here is for my brake light switch. Let's see if it goes on there. Looks like it wants to. Yeah, we can always mess with that later. So I'm gonna leave that there. I got this clearanced from the gear shifters because that was banging on there. So we're good there. So I'm gonna bring this over here and get this going. I think this one was in 9/16. Let me tighten up just a little bit. Just so it doesn't leak. Yeah, they're snug. They're good enough for now. All right. So if I put this in here, I don't think this bracket's gonna work. Because these would go in like that. Plunger needs to go in there. Because that bracket, if I bolt it on, it's gonna be hanging all the way down there, so that's not gonna work. Yeah, I guess we 86 the bracket. Great. Now all these hoses are now at a different height. Well, that's fine with me. Everything else is going to be securely mounted, so we should be just fine. Why do I see a drip already? There we go. Do that with a wrench. Good. That's where that needs to be. That's where that needs to be. All right. This line's all tightened up. This one is going in. When you start those brake line ends, make sure you feed them in by finger or by hand first. Make sure that they're threading in there correctly. Because if you cross thread this proportioning valve or any other fitting, you're done. You're gonna have to like cut it off, put a new end on it. It's the last thing you want to do, especially when you have to worry about brake fluid leaking out. Speaking of which, let's take this and we'll take that lid off so we can see the level and see if it's dropping down, which it should be. And don't over tighten them too much. You just still need to tighten them up a little bit. So that's all good. Everything's hooked up. Unfortunately, that bracket isn't gonna work. And it's fine. The thing's floating out there. It'll be just fine where it's at. Yeah, the level's starting to drop. I forgot to put the boot on. And I was trying to put the boot on, but it doesn't want to go over that rod. So what I did was I had to hold it in there with a vice grip, put some grease on it, and get the boot to go over that first. Because now the boot needs to go over the end of the master cylinder as well. There we go. And it's on, and now it's in there straight. And it's not bunched up. Everything's buttoned up now. Master cylinder's in. I wasn't able to use the bracket that came with this because it bolted onto the bottom and that wouldn't reach mounting holes, but we're all good there. Everything else is connected. I had to shorten these two down just a little bit on the end, so I reflared those. The lines are all new for the front. I've previously done all the lines for the back. Drums are new on the back. I did the disc upgrade on the front, so we've got basically an entirely new and upgraded brake system for the truck. So everything's working pretty good. So all of you guys that have been watching and following me, I know it's super exciting, but I have a sneak peek or surprise for you, and that is this. I scored this off of Facebook. Some guy was pulling it out of his Corvette. It's not a Corvette engine. It's out of like a late 80s Chevy pickup. I ran the casting number. So I had the shorty headers already, so I just threw those on, but everything else, carburetor, distributor, everything else came just as it is. Literally just need a water pump. I need some brackets for the alternator and the AC compressor, maybe some new engine mounts. I don't know about that fuel pump, we'll see. And all the research I've done and all the forums that I've read are looking like I can pull this engine, leave the transmission, I know it's still the 3 on the tree, but I can bolt the engine mount straight up to here. I can keep that starter because it's mounted to the transmission, not to the engine, so I can still keep that. I can keep the flywheel, I can keep the clutch, I can even keep the clutch linkage. I just need to get the new mount for the Z bar, like that bar, that U-shaped bar that bolts to the block. That's probably gonna have to come off. So that one, and then of course, you know, full exhaust, but we'll see what's gonna happen with that. But everything else looks like I can do it fairly easy without a lot of monkeying around. The AC hoses, that's another story, because this one goes underneath to the bottom. And that one goes around the back to that one, so I might have to just redo the hoses for that. Maybe shorten them down and refill the Freon, but otherwise, we're all done. So stay tuned, keep watching. We're gonna be doing more stuff with the truck. Right now we're working on some Corvette rock chips and cleaning up that, so keep watching for more content. Thanks.